I'm going to show you how to create a USB bootable flash disk for any Windows operating system and subsequently load that operating system in any PC of your choice. Now, there are two basic things that you need in this tutorial. You will need a USB flash disk, at least 8 gig and over. I would recommend a 16 gig though. And an application called Rufus. You can download it on the internet. And then when you're done, you insert your flash disk in your USB port. When it's loaded, you're supposed to see it on this device section here. So mine is called 32 gig and it's a 32 gig flash drive. And when you go to the boot selection here, we're going to be using an ISO image. So we just leave it like that as ISO image. And then we need to select our ISO image now. So mine is going to be Windows 10. And then you click select, and once it's loaded, you're supposed to see some of the grade section becoming active. So now we go to this section called partition scheme. As you can see, we have two partition schemes, which are MBR and GPT. Well, the most recent hard drives and PCs, they use GPT, but there are some hard drives that support the MBR partition scheme. So you need to know which partition scheme your hard drive is using before you proceed. So for you to do so, you go to the command prompt by typing CMD, and then you click enter. And then you type this command disk part for disk partition. Sorry, it's disk part. It's one command, it's one word, sorry, and then a new window to appear like this, and then you type a command called list disk like this, and then you click enter. So if you see on the GPT column here, if there is an asterisk on any of the disks that are present here, it means that your hard drive is using the GPT partition scheme. But if there's no asterisk just below the GPT section here along any row with any hard drive, it means your hard drive is using the MBR partition. So this one is using the MBR partition. So I go back to this section and select MBR. And then these other sections by default, they are okay, so you leave them like that, and then you click start. So before you proceed, understand that any information that might be in your flash disk will be deleted. So make sure that you have backed up everything before you proceed. If you're sure, then you click OK, and then the process ensues. It will take a while, but if you just wait a couple of minutes, you'll be done. So when the process is, you can just close the window, and then you might open the application. Once the creation is complete, you can open it in your File Explorer and install it. That is, if you have an existing Windows that is already running in your PC, and you click this setup here and follow the steps that ensue. But if your PC has a Windows that crashed and you created this bootable on a different PC and you want to install, you have to look out for my previous video where you will install it from pressing the boot key and getting into the boot menu and installing it from there. So this is how the process will ensue, and then you follow the steps that proceed from there.